Hey, what's up, guys? So, I wanted to share my story. This is story time. So, there's a lot of people that go through different things in their military career, and um, the things that you go through is not always sent there to derail you or throw you off your game. It's there to help you to learn from your mistakes to be able to move forward. You won't become successful from moving on to the past, right? You have to learn from your past to be able to move forward. So not every situation in your life is meant to destroy you. Some of it is meant to um, make you grow. So my military career started in 1999, but I received my first Article 15 in AIT. Didn't lose any rank or anything like that, but that was my first little, you know, setback or whatever the case may be. Received my second Article 15 at my permanent duty station when I was a specialist promotable. It was a field Article 15 this time. I did lose my promotable status and got extra duty and all that good stuff, and I had to go back to the board the day I graduated. But that was really one of the first stepping stones, hurdles that I really had to overcome, and it shows how resilient I was. Um, I never lost hope. I never allowed myself to get depressed with the situation. It is what it is. It happened. But I continue to forge forward. I continue to do what I need to do. As soon as I finished my extra duty, I scheduled the next board appearance. I went to the board, regained my promotable status. Because the day that I was read my Article 15, my field Article 15 was the same day that I made cutoff for E5. When I attended WLC, well, PLDC at the time, now it's called BLC. The day I graduated BLC, that was my day to rank for E5. Fast forward, I made staff sergeant, and then 3 years later, I made staff sergeant in 3 years. No, I'm sorry. It took me 3 years from E5 to staff sergeant. It took me 6 years to go from he six to staff sergeant to sergeant first class. But I made sergeant first class in 8 years total, right? So I was fast tracking. I was doing pretty good. As a sergeant first class, I received what was probably the biggest setback in my military career, and also the biggest humbling experience I've ever received. So, the sergeant first class in 2012, I received a DUI. I got a DUI, drinking and driving. However, when I went out to the station, I only blew a .05, which is below the limit. Was never in the bladder or anything like that, but obviously I got a gold mark for that. Gold mark was filed locally. Never had any incident within that time frame. So when I PCS from that installation, that gold mark went away. It's not in my records or anything like that. Just people who was in the situation or word of mouth, people know about it. But that particular situation really opened my eyes a lot, because I really was able to identify who's really your friends, whose friends are foe. Because there's a lot of people after that wrote me off, or you saw how they distanced themselves from you because of that. So that situation itself opened my eyes. I was a sergeant first class. I was already fast tracking. I made sergeant first class in 8 years, so I was definitely gonna make master sergeant real quick. But for 9 years, I was looked at for master sergeant. I never made it. I had already given up on making the next rank, but one thing that I continue to do is to pursue, continue to do what I'm supposed to do, take care of soldiers and accomplish my mission, part of the NCO creed. So I never stopped being an NCO, never stopped being a soldier, never stopped soldiering. I never stopped caring and doing what I'm supposed to do. Now, I have a good poker face, so during that time, I realized whose friends are foes, but I continued to do my mission and treat everybody with dignity and respect, but I kept people who I need to keep at an arm distance, and so on and so forth. Um, so after 9 years of being overlooked and not making master sergeant in 2017, that board for Master Sergeant, I was selected, OML being number 1. Well, sequence number being number 1, and I got promoted to Master Sergeant on 1 December 2017. Exactly 2 years to that date, I was selected. I was looked at for Sergeant Major, and when the results came out, I was selected for Sergeant Major. On January 1st, 2022 is my official date of rank for Sergeant Major, which is exactly 4 years and 1 month to the day I was made Master Sergeant that I made Sergeant Major. Now, the reason for me making this video is not to highlight or boast about being promoted to Sergeant Major after getting a DUI. And if that's what you're taking away from this, it's not. I want to highlight the fact that there's situations that you go through in life, right? And it's how you handle the situation, and what you do after that situation is what matters, right? So everything that's happened to me, especially when I was a Sergeant First Class, I could have allowed myself to go into depression or treat people disrespectfully or just completely shut down. I could have allowed myself to do that, but I didn't. I grew from that experience. Now, was I wrong? Should I have gotten in the car and drove after I drank? No, I shouldn't. So I'm not making excuses for my actions at all, right? And sometimes we have to do self-reflection and also to identify the errors in our life that we may have played a part in the situation. But doing self-reflection and reflecting back to that situation, identifying what you did wrong and learning from that experience is what matters. You have to learn from your experience. And if you don't learn from your experience, you are doing yourself injustice, or you are just wrong. So again, the takeaway from this story is to make the best of your situation. Resiliency is just bouncing back, being able to bounce back. You can't really depend on other people to take care of you or look out for you. You have to look out for yourself, right? Obviously, leaders should be there to help you as well. But don't let your situation define you. Do not let your situation define you. You use your situation to make you grow and becomes better. Just keep on going, keep on growing, and never stop improving. As always, stay blessed, never stress. Peace.